Okay guys, a quick sneak peek, don't mind the little packing material there of what's sold this weekend, so we'll get into it here right now. Welcome back guys, we're here with another What's Sold on eBay video. You probably saw a clip, hopefully I put it there, of all the items laid out. Crazy weekend, 54 sales, 55 sales, something like that. We still have time left as well, and a great mix. We have some lower 10s and 15s and 12s and stuff like that. We have some 40s, 20s, and then a couple over 190. Just a really good mix for one weekend. One of the reasons why I think I have some success on eBay is the diversifying of my business, selling in a lot of different categories. I think it's helped me make more money. I think this weekend kind of shows that. It's just different items in different categories. All of them can sell, and all of a sudden you have a really crazy weekend. So let's go ahead and get into it before we get too long, because there is 50-something things to go through. A couple things that we missed in the last video. Another Stussy shirt sold that was like 36 bucks. I'll pop on the screen. Also, a Nightmare on Elm Street VHS lot went at auction. Slip covers were in rough shape, but the VHS were in good shape. They sold for $70 with one bid. I'm doing more auctions just to get rid of some stuff that might have some interest and might attract a little bit of a bidding war. That time it didn't really pan out, but I still got 70 bucks. I was in them for $5. I've sold the Nightmare on Elm Street. If you get some of the VHS in the whole set, there is some money. There might be one other one I'll pop up here if I forgot it, but those were a couple things we missed in the last video. So, the newer stuff though, Alien figures, first sale of the weekend. These are from the big $1,600 toy buy. We had a ton of Legos, toys, video games, all kinds of stuff. These guys were in there. They're we have some Iron Man figures, those, and a couple of oddball items left. Those sold for like $28 or $28.50, whatever you see on the screen there. One of the last few things left. Happy to get them out of here. Shipping's probably going to be 12 bucks, 13 bucks FedEx or whatever. They're a little bit bigger, maybe priority, but I'm definitely happy to see them move. Here's a Ryback figure from WWE. He sold for $15 shipped from the big action figure buy. Really easy to look them up. If you don't know the action figures, I don't know wrestlers as much as I used to as a kid, but you can go to Google Lens, kind of use the Google Lens app or just on your browser or whatever and pull the picture of them, and it'll usually help you find who you're looking for. So definitely a good tool. A Black & Decker, a little food processor. This is a smaller one, a little bowl here. This guy sold for $25 shipped, so 25 bucks. He should go first class. Some of the bigger ones will go over a pound, so that's the bummer. So you're going to probably ship 8 to 10, but I got 25 for that one, and he should go first class. Also sold another set of the Alba Botanica deodorant, $22 shipped. I hadn't sold one in probably about a week. I had just stocked up on more, and I was thinking about buying even more because I had sold like 10 sets or 8 sets in 1 week, and I'm like, I should get more. But I didn't get them, and they've kind of slowed down. That was the first sale in a while, but definitely happy with that. Here's a little SBC valve, or SWC, MC, something like that. I got 3 of these plus some other stuff for I think 20 bucks from one of my sources. All brand new. He got them from a store, house clean out. That one sold for like $28.09. First one to go. So it's taking a while. I priced them a little high, but if we can get 28 a piece, they probably will go in a padded flat rate if they're over a pound. So we'll make our money back. We'll make some profit. Plus there were a couple odds and ends there. A couple of clothing items. Eli Cattleman. Not a brand I pick up too much, but it's a little Western. This is a short sleeve. That one sold for $14 on the best offer. This one's a better one. These are a pair of Guess. Hopefully you can maybe see that. Overalls. Got them from the Hirsch buy, so shout out to Hirsch. This one sold for best offer of $80 shipped. They had a couple little stains on it. It wasn't perfect. In my listing I put it's in a good used condition, but it does have a couple of marks and stains from use. But someone probably buying that, they don't mind. They're just looking for that style. And 80 bucks I was happy about that. A little license plate, guys, from 1993, New York, Brooklyn. This one, a little vanity plate, I guess you might say, or whatever. This one sold for like $18 shipped. Got it for $1 at a garage, so I'm like, you know what? Maybe someone wants it. It's brand new sealed, and it's sold for $18. I'll just put 2 layers of cardboard, one on each side, put it in the bubble mailer that I have. I have some larger bubble mailers. They're in my description links. There are affiliate links, but obviously do your own research. You don't have to use my affiliate links. That's up to you, but I buy some bigger bubble mailers that'll hold some of that stuff, and that's just an easy sale. Also sold this little juicer part here. This is, I think, a Hamilton Beach one, if I'm not mistaken. I just bought this past weekend or 2 weekends ago. 2 weekends ago for $5. This part sold for like 15 or so by itself. I think I may have sold another part already as well. So it's really easy to make the money when you part out the kitchen appliance. Sometimes the parts move quick, sometimes they don't, but usually one sale, if you get them for cheap enough, you already got your money back. We got some RIT. This is one of my favorite buys here. It's RIT Rust Remover. So I've sold a bunch of RIT. If you've been watching the channel, you know about RIT. If you've been watching for at least, I don't know, 6 months. I'm sure at some point you've seen me sell it. We've had a little bit of a slower period where it hasn't sold as quickly, but this little lot sold for 20 something shipped, 25 shipped, and they go in a padded flat rate usually. I bought a huge trash bag full, all of it brand new, 2 different styles of the RIT rust remover for $30. And each little set of 5 goes for 25 or 22 depending if it's on sale. I would say I've probably sold 15 maybe of those already, and I still probably have another 15 or 20 to sell. So crazy good buy. Bob Marley and the Wailers, Talkin' Blues, sold for 16 or 17. This one was just listed. This cassette was listed not too long ago, Thursday, Wednesday, and it's already now the weekend and it's sold. Same with this, the Sims 2 Double Deluxe. These do have a code on them. It's on the back of the manual for these ones. So this one sold for like $18 shipped. I spent $10 on a box of small box, like a shoebox size of Sims 2 PC games and a couple of PS2 games, like Armored Core was in there and a couple of Grand Theft Autos. $10 for the whole box. I'm going to make plenty of money on this. Their Sims 2 are all expansions, so one's going to go for I think 25 or 30, and the rest are sub 20, but really easy sales. 18 on that one. Got this little Casper pumpkin. It's not Casper, but it's the other guy from the movie or whatever. I had the three other guys and Casper in different buys, and I ended up selling them all individually. Probably would have sold quicker if I would have allotted them all together and just made one listing. But he's the last one to go. He sold for 45 shipped. Halloween stuff is one of those really good sellers usually, so it's taken a while, but I figured someone would eventually get it, and it's probably only going to cost 10 to 13, 14 bucks to ship it, even if it goes FedEx. So really easy there. Another Hirsch buy, the Zoom Bait Company. We have 4 or 5 of these hats, all brand new from Walmart. Clearance was $7.05. Don't know if that's what Hirsch ended up paying when he got all these or how they got them, but this one sold for like $15 shipped. I think I've sold one already, and that's my second one to go out. Really easy multi-quantity listing, and goes first class, pretty cheap. I used to sell these all the time. This was my Savers go-to when I first was going to Savers. I started, going there. They'd have those bags on the wall, and they'd always find these Nerf things. This is probably 4 years ago. And I would sell these little drums for 16, 17, 18 bucks. They would sell instantly when I'd list them, and I'd get like 3 or 4 sometimes when I go to Savers. At least usually 1, but sometimes I get 3 or 4 of these at Savers. And I would just always be so excited to find them, but I haven't found one in forever. I had a big box of Nerf guns. Shout out to my wife because it's traveled with us from a couple different houses now. I always told myself I was going to list this huge box and part them out and make money. And instead of doing that, I just put it in the corner and kept adding to it and never touched it. Finally, since we moved to the new house, kind of had to step up and do what I was supposed to do years ago. And I got rid of a bunch of guns that didn't work or had issues. I made a bunch of lots, and this is the first Nerf piece to sell for 17 bucks. It goes to the Nerf Vulcan. So if you do see this little ammo belt out there, you can always sell it. Or if you find a Vulcan, it's a big gun, may not want to ship it, but if you find one and it's cheap, you got some money in the ammo belt by itself. La Sportiva, I believe is how it is. These are like, I don't think they're hiking or mountain climbing or some kind of shoes. These sold for $45. I got them for 5 or 6 bucks at a thrift store. They've been up for a while, but I took a best offer. Also sold this Volcano Xbox One controller, but it's damaged. It's missing the little side panel here. It's got no cover. I actually pulled the cover off. Scratch that. I have another Xbox One controller that works, but it doesn't have the battery, so I took it. It's a black one. I just took it. I'm going to use it to make that controller complete, and I sold this one for parts for $34 shipped. You find Xbox One controllers even broken, they can sell, especially some of the nicer color ones. Here's a sale that's not really to write home about. Call of Duty Black Ops Strategy Guide, sold for $7.09 or something. So strategy guides can be worth money. Usually RPGs are the way to go because they have a little more value. We got Baby Lemonade Exploring Music. Not sure much about this one, but it sold for $14.99, just a CD by itself. Got this Visual Rebellion 3 18 Essential Metal Videos, brand new seal. We got 3 copies of this, 2 or 3. Got them all in a big bulk buy. Finally, one sold for like 12 shipped, and we got 2 more, so hopefully they'll sell as well. These are all Pro Contour Foam, like little ankle weights. I got 2 little sets here. So they go together. I think they're 2.5 pounds is what the weight is in each one. And I got them for, I think, $2. They ended up selling for 25 shipped. They'll go in a padded flat rate based on the weight. So we'll make some money on them. I have another set. I think this one's actually to the other set because it's heavier. But I have this one I think is more like 4 pounds or something like that. So I got a couple different ones going, but they can make some money. Obviously, probably in quarantine they were going even better, but I'm happy I sold them. Another CD going out. Black Market Record No Face Killers is what it is. This one sold for a best offer of 20. Had it listed, I think, 30 or was on sale for 30. Took a best offer of 20. Just easy money and trying to get rid of the cassettes. Not that they're not valuable, it's just I can't store everything forever. Even though we do have a lot of space here, and we're definitely putting it to good use. Thomas the Trains, love parting them out, guys. So much money can be made in these trains because some are worth 30, 40 bucks by themselves. Or if you get a big bundle for cheap, you can lot them together and do one big bundle and let someone else buy it from you and part them out. But this little Henry one sold for 11 or 12 shipped, comes with the tender. Not in perfect shape, has some wear. I'm only down to a couple trains left. I'd love to find a huge bundle of trains. I'm like a kid at certain things. I just get excited. Video games, obviously, one. Trains are another one I'm always looking for, Thomas, and I love parting them out. Fun to look them up, easy money, you know, just cool stuff. Plus, I played a lot of trains with my older son, Noah, so maybe there's some nostalgia there. Pocket Monsters, little Pokemon card book here. It's not I shouldn't say a card book. It's more like an agenda book. This one sold for 16 or 17 shipped. It just looked cool. It's got Pikachu on it. It's from 99, I think, so I figured some Pokemon fan would grab it. Oops, almost dropped this. Sorry. Trans Sport Jansport or whatever. This one sold for like 14 bucks. It will go first class, I think. It's pretty light, but I don't really recommend buying those type of backpacks. I got it for $1, and I was like, oh, maybe it'll sell, but it's been up, and it hasn't really sold that well. So some of the older Jansports do sell well, but that one was like 14. Here's a Polaroid SX70 camera, guys. I'm not going to pull it out, but I've sold this one a bunch of times. The last one I got that I sold, I think, for 90 or 100, I got it from the same estate sale that I just bought this one from. They priced it at 45. It was on sale for $22.50, a half off day. Jumped on it. There were 3 other resellers there all looking stuff up. This camera was sitting in the case, so I knew what it was. I know what this case is, so I'm like swooped in there. They were looking at other stuff. The one lady did get a good camera, by the way, so it wasn't like she got nothing. And the other guy was looking up some silk flatware set or whatever, which may have been valuable, but I saw this. I knew it was money, and it sold for 110. Definitely look out for those if you find them. There's different styles, but that one always sells really well. Sharp Audio remote. This is the thing that just sold recently. The last sale of tonight, I think. Maybe we're second to last. This one sold for 30 bucks. Sharp Audio System remote. Remotes can be good. We've gone over this before, guys. Got to find the right ones. Look up the model number. Usually TV ones aren't as good. You're looking for audio equipment, DVD combos, things like that. A lot of times they can have some more value. A couple other media items. The Sidewinder by Lee Morgan from a big jazz buy that I had. This one sold for 15. Far Pavilions. A DVD I'd never heard of by Acorn Media, another brand to look out for. Maybe I can put it up there. Acorn Media. That one sold for like 17, 18 shipped. Acorn Media has a lot of stuff that can be valuable. Some of it obviously is not. Look it up. Make sure it's Region 1. We've gone over this as well. Region 1 is the DVDs that can be used in the US and I think Canada, maybe Mexico, but there's different regions based on where in the country you are. Some are 0 region where they can go with any one, but some cannot go. If it's like Region 2 or whatever, it won't work in the US on a typical DVD player. So I'm not an expert, but there is some region issues, so keep an eye out. Dark Knight Trilogy. This one sold for, I think, $12.74 on sale. This set was awesome. Star Wars Phantom Menace. This is the 1, 2, and 3. Brand new seal. Does have a little tear in the seal here, but Blu-ray and DVD set sold for like 45 or 55 shipped, something like that. This was something I had got at the garage, so I think for $5. I actually was going to keep it at first, but the reality is I've already seen them. I'm probably not going to watch them again, and if I am, I could watch them on maybe like a Disney app or something like that. So figured I'd go ahead and sell it, and it's all 55. Sega Genesis, this is Super Thunderblade, sold for $804. Just a loose cartridge there, nothing really crazy. Another DVD that did pretty well, Van Halen Live, 45 bucks for this. It's one of those ones that you wouldn't expect to be this valuable, but 45 shipped is awesome. Kitchen Confidential, this is one of the lower selling ones today. Anthony Bourdain, this one sold quickly, but it only sold for $8. It's a little Kitchen Confidential paperback book. We've been selling the X-Files pretty well. We're down to, I think, our last 1 or 2. This one sold for $21 shipped at Season 3 Blu-ray. So that one is another one that I'm happy to see go, but I wish I had more X-Files because apparently they sell really well. We sold this yearbook before. You guys may have seen it. It is a Royal Reception Colonial 1987 Fairfax High yearbook. This one sold for $44 shipped, which I think we got the same for the last one, and we had 2 from the same estate sale. It's a little PS2 fat. It's got the controller, a memory card. It does have a disc tray right here that's missing the face. That sold for 90 shipped still really quick. I ended up throwing in the extra memory card in there just to make it a little better since the face did have an issue, but felt pretty good about that. A couple other things. We have a Department 56. This is from the big Halloween buy we had. We spent like 500 that day, 500 or 600, something like that. And we've already sold almost 500 in just the Department 56 stuff. But this Witch Crash sold for $45 shipped, and it's super light. It'll probably still go over a pound, but it's going to not be too bad. This, I think, may be the highest sale of the weekend. Sony Handycam. This one sold for $170 shipped. It hasn't been listed that long. I did have to buy, I think, a new charger or battery for one of them. I'm willing to buy batteries and chargers for my cameras, even if I don't know if they work. I'll buy it, test it out. If it works, I got a nice unit I can sell. If not, I'll hold on to the battery and charger until I find another one, because I know I inevitably will find another one. We also have a Craftsman charger here. This one went for like 40 shipped. Just a little guy, just plugs in. You wouldn't think this one would be crazy, but 40 shipped on that little one. I think I got that for $5 at a garage sale, and I still got 40 bucks or so. We have a Polaroid autofocus 660. I've been selling a lot of the Sun autofocus 660s. This guy sold for $36 shipped. He sold for a little bit more, I guess, but he took a longer to sell. So either way, I'll probably just bubble wrap him, put him in a pad, and then send him on his way. Really happy about that. We have a couple things I'm not going to show you guys. One is a set of wooden tennis racket little frame things that you put over the wooden racket, or clamp. I don't know what they're called, clamps or presses. I sold like 6 of them or something for $36 shipped. They're going to cost us probably $12 or $13 to ship them out FedEx. They're not heavy, but they're just kind of bulky. When I buy the wooden tennis racket, I sell the rackets separately. I'll get like 10 or 12 of them, lob them together. You can probably get about 125, 130 shipped on those. They're really easy to ship. If you've seen me sell them before, you actually can make quite a bit of money on these rackets. And then I have a bunch of these presses left, and I end up selling them for $36. So, you know, a little bit of extra money we kind of got out of there. We also have a Vitamix. We have a Vitamix blender here. This is just the pitcher, 48 ounce, I believe. That one sold for $65 shipped. We sold just the base for $135. Now we've sold this for $55 or $65 shipped. We're at almost $200 or $200 in sales, and we still have the lid and I think one blade. No, we also sold the little a frother or something else. I don't know. We sold one other part from that, and we've made some money. So that was awesome. We have a Rat Out of the Cellar album. This is from the Rock and Roll record buy. That one sold for $30 shipped. Another great sale going out from the records. We've sold through a lot of the records, but we still have a few left. So I can't complain. I don't really know a lot about records, but I'm learning. I've learned a lot. I've learned to really be critical when you're going to list them. Be careful on the condition. Don't overstate what it is, because you can get people mad. The collectors, some of them are very appreciative if you do list and they feel like they got a deal. It's good. But some of them I heard can be very critical if you say it's way better than it is, and you will get a return, and you don't want to deal with that. We also sold some cracked magazines. They're like old magazines. They're kind of falling apart. I don't want to pull them up here, but you'll see them on the screen. They sold for like 50 something shipped, so they weren't too great. And then we sold one other item. Oh, some stamps, some Star Wars stamps. We've been selling that little set for like 11 something shipped. And I think that is it, guys. Oh, no, it's not. We're not done. We got a Scott's battery. This is shout out to Hirsch again. I forgot your wife's name, Hirsch. If you're watching the video, tell me in the comments so I don't forget. Scott's, this is the battery here. They said it might go for like $40, 35. This actually sold for 58. I think the price has gone up since they had bought it. There weren't that many listed, but 58 shipped for a sealed battery. I've sold a couple of sealed batteries very well. I sold one for like 70 shipped. It was Coleman or something. So definitely look out for them. Even used, you can sell them, but you got to be able to test them. And then we also have a set of speakers. The set of speakers are right here. Some more Onkios. These are the front, left, and right. A little bit bigger, but we sold the center speaker in the last video. We're $30 all in on the speakers. We have the receiver and the sub. These ones sold for 70, 80 shipped. They'll probably still cost us a good 20 something to ship them, but again, we're only in the whole set for 30, and we're going to part out all these speaker sets. I think we're going to be at somewhere around 250 in sales on just the speakers. Plus we have the sub. If we got to test it out, make sure it works, and we have the remote still, which will probably go for 20 or 25. The receiver, she said, has an issue, so we'll probably end up just, if it's worth something for parts, we'll try it. If not, we'll go ahead and get rid of it. So that is what I have for you guys. Definitely a lot of stuff. We might have some more stuff to show you, and I might be missing some stuff too, because that happens sometimes. But if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye. Okay, guys, a couple more items I forgot. Some golf clubs. A Callaway, a Big Bertha 10 iron, sold for like 42 shipped. Great job on this one for, it's a 10 iron, which you don't really see anyways, first of all, so that's why I picked it up. And then another one kind of rare, it's a Tommy Armois 855 Silver Scott. This is a wedge number 4 or whatever, $1 at a garage sale. I think this one just came in a big golf buy, but $1 for this one. It sold for 40, and this one sold for 42. They're going to ship out in the triangular priority envelopes, probably for $10 or $11 or less, maybe 8 if they're going somewhere close. But $80 in golf clubs going out this weekend. Another great thing to get rid of, because golf clubs are, I like to sell golf clubs a lot. There's a lot of money in them, but you really got to know what you're doing. And I love to see them go because they can take up a lot of space if you get a bunch of sets going. So that's all I got. I'll see you guys.